Britt Reid, son of head coach Andy Reid, he's now under investigation for a car crash that left a 5-year-old little girl fighting for her life.
In case you didn't know, prior to the Super Bowl,
this 5-year-old girl tonight is fighting for her life after a devastating crash involving Kansas City Chiefs coach Britt Reid,
where the son of Chiefs head coach Andy Reid.
Police say Reid's pickup truck struck the back of the SUV where little Ariel Young and a 4-year-old were sitting.
Was involved in a car wreck that has left a 5-year-old in a coma.
An officer responding to the crash could smell a moderate odor of alcoholic beverages emanating from Reid's person, and his eyes were bloodshot and red. When asked if he had been drinking, Reid advised he had 2 to 3 drinks. The warrant says Reid told police he was on the prescription drug Adderall
and admittedly mixed alcohol with his prescription drugs.
A family spokesperson says the little girl has a brain injury, is in critical condition, and hasn't woken since the crash.
These are the after effects of a terrible decision by one party. What we know is this about Britt Reid, who is in his 8th season with the Chiefs. Reid slammed his truck into Miller's Chevy Traverse on the side of a highway interchange. Miller had gone there to aid a cousin who had run out of gas on the side of the road. Reid, the son of Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, hit the cousin's car as well. A GoFundMe has been set up for Ariel. The organizer, Ariel's Aunt Tiffany Verhulst, wrote yesterday she remains in the same condition and has not woken up. The family said Ariel suffered swelling and bleeding in and around the brain. She has been in a coma since the incident. A 4-year-old girl, Ariel's cousin, was also seriously injured. Ariel will be in the hospital for the foreseeable future. This is set up for the hospital bills and weeks of missed work that will come. No child deserves to go through this, nor should any mother have to see her child like this. As more reports surface from the crash, Britt Reid, who did not make the trip to Tampa Bay, Florida, also has a past of his own.
In 2007, he pleaded guilty to flashing a gun at a motorist and was sentenced to 8 to 23 months in prison.
When Reid was 21 years old, ESPN wrote, Reid was arraigned on 9 counts, including making terroristic threats, possession of a controlled substance, and a felony charge of carrying a firearm without a license. Police later that day recovered a shotgun, ammunition, and containers with white residue from the vehicle Reid had been driving, as well as a handgun from his room at the home he shares with his parents in the Philadelphia suburb of Villanova.
In 2008, he pleaded guilty to DUI and drug charges after crashing into a shopping cart in a parking lot.
To elaborate further, Britt Reid was charged with DUI of a controlled substance and drug possession stemming from a separate incident where he drove into a shopping cart in a parking lot while out on bail. Even in the old boy network of the NFL coaching ranks, this employment from prison to assistant coach is extraordinary, wrote Yahoo Sports. He joined a drug treatment program and appeared to be turning his life around until this incident. Now, the Hunt family, who owns the Chiefs and after winning the Super Bowl last year was reportedly worth $15 billion, with a B, billion dollars, have shown they have the ability to donate funds, mainly to Republican lawmakers Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Ron Johnson, and the late John McCain. The Young family, Ariel's family, did receive a donation, but it wasn't from the Chiefs. It was from Detroit Lions rookie cornerback Jeffrey Okudah, who contributed to the GoFundMe for Ariel, donating $1,000. As Yahoo's Dan Wetzel wrote, medical bills can be covered without the organization admitting liability. Even if it couldn't, the Hunts are worth an estimated $15 billion. They can afford to do the decent thing here. A big question Wetzel notes is this: if Britt Reid drove directly from the office to that crash site, then that means the 2 to 3 drinks he admitted to, if not more, were consumed while at work. Was it done in secret? A lot of questions. Up to this point, the investigation is still ongoing.